TOA community, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Robert Linkle, trainingtheolderadult.com. I want to thank you all for being here. Number one, I want to share a little story with you. So if you find this one entertaining, feel free to share it. I would love it if you'd hit like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Help us grow our channel. Let me give you a little fair warning. This is a travel story and there is education to this, okay? But I've got to warn you, it's probably going to be a little colorful, okay? And it might be a little bit, it's going to be a little gross, but I'm going somewhere with it, I promise. I promise you I'm taking it somewhere. But if at first you're just like, this is just a gross boy telling a boy story, just hang with me, okay? Just trust me. Okay, so the first thing, this has been, I've had the longest 4 weeks of travel ever in my life, okay? I didn't do all the math, but it was over 62 hours, 0.34 minutes. I did do the math. Over 62 hours of travel in the last 4 weeks. This is on an airplane, actually in the air traveling, let alone the other hours that we spent, probably another 6 or so, that we just sat on the airplane on the tarmac, okay? But I want to get into all that. So during our time of travel, there were plenty of opportunities for me to go to the restroom, okay? And as I describe this to you, again, you can see where this is going to get a little colorful, okay? As I describe this to you, I'm not trying to be gross, even though it is. And there is education. I'm going to show you research. I'm going to show you real stuff here in just a moment, okay? So I'm going to get to it. But first, I want to talk about my favorite airline of all time, Alaskan Airlines. They are the best customer service. They have very consistent schedules, the best in the air that I could find anyhow. They are fantastic. I love this airline. The problem with this airline is they only fly to regular places on the West Coast all that often. If you're going anywhere east, you got to go to Seattle, you've got a 3-hour layover, and then you get to go to wherever you're going. They're difficult to fly east, but if you're on the West Coast, anywhere west of Denver, awesome. They're always my first choice. My second choice is Delta. And this is the best logo I could find I could use just in case everybody needs to know exactly how to do this logo. There it is. I like Delta. If I'm going in anywhere east of Colorado, that's who I'm flying. I'll tell you, I will fly Southwest if I have to go to Vegas, if I have to go to LA, Burbank, John Wayne, any of those, Southern California or Vegas, maybe Phoenix, okay? I'll fly Southwest. I am not a snob when it comes to flying. I just know if it's 90 minutes or less, I can fit inside a regular person airplane in a regular seat. Anything over 90 minutes, I need Comfort Plus. I need leg room. I need a chair that reclines more. My body doesn't function, okay? All right, who I don't suggest you fly anymore, that's a joke because TWA doesn't exist anymore, but these guys. And I'm only gonna show their logo for a second, okay, because I'm not a huge fan of that company. I'm not even gonna say their name again, but they do crap work. Anyhow, okay, let's talk about this. Jump the shark a little bit. I am in the airport. We are there multiple days. I have to go to the restroom while I'm there, okay? So I go in and tell me if I'm the only one that this happens to, okay? I need some feedback. So I sit down, I'm ready to do my business. And I'm, again, just please trust me, okay? So I'm doing my business and it's like, plop, 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 okay? Normal. What I feel like is normal. And it never fails, never fails. Someone comes in, gets into a stall next to me and it's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my Lord, like this happens every time. I'm like, whatever that guy ate, I don't want it. Where did you eat in this terminal? I'm not going there. It's the most offensive, and I get it. You're in the bathroom. That's where this is supposed to happen. So you're doing your thing. But this happened so many times that I thought, am I supposed to be pooing like that? Like, is explosive diarrhea poo, is that normal? The answer is no, okay? So why is that happening so much? Or is it just me? Like, do I just happen to find the right moments where this is happening? Like, it was at midnight, it was at 6 a.m., it was at 3 in the afternoon. Our schedules were so screwed up. I didn't know what international clock I was on. Just whenever I felt it, I did it, right? That's one of my favorite lines. When I feel it, I do it. I go in there and it's just, within 30 seconds of sitting down, and I'm just doing my normal thing, explosion, okay? So then I'm like, number one, let's get the hell out of here. Number two, why is that happening? And so I started to look at the research on this. And number one, my question was, how often do people poo? Okay? And what's kind of normal with that? So just so we're all clear that apparently in 1972, this was all wrapped up enough to where they didn't need to do research on it anymore, because I can't find another study, a relative for real study after 1972. I'm guessing they just said, yeah, that's right. And no one ever felt the need to reproduce it again, because basically this one article in 1972 gave everybody stats. Well, mostly everybody goes poop once a day, and 74% of men go poop twice a day, and 64% of women poop twice a day, and 33% 3 times a day. And they had all these breakdowns, and I couldn't find another research, a ton of articles, a shit ton of articles, a shit ton of articles, right, on it. Everybody talks about it, which is cool. I like that. But I'm not down, you know, it's fine with me to talk about poop. We talk about it in this house all the time, okay? We talk about poop patterns, everything that's totally normal, okay? Our kids, they don't have a problem with it. Wife and I, or this is normal. What I couldn't explain though was, why would this explosive thing occur, okay? If you're not sick, if you don't have a virus, if you didn't eat, you know, tainted meat or salad that has, you know, giardia in it or some shit, I don't know. Like if you had a chicken that had, you know, whatever. Like I can't get my mind around why that would happen on a regular basis. And it turns out that that's pretty common, and it's very much so diet related, lack of exercise related, even all the way down to lack of sleep and proper hydration related. So looking a little deeper into this, I found the Cleveland Clinic went into this just to give us a little bit more info, you know, a year old, but still the most relative one that I could find from a credible source here. How often and how long should it take you to poop? So the first question, how long does it take for poop to come out, okay? Or to food become poop. And so they talk about this. It takes a different amount for men and women to digest their meals, anywhere from 2 to 5 days for food to be fully digested and exit your body. Which means if you eat Taco Bell and then 10 minutes later, blah, right, you're doing that, that means that something in that Taco Bell really did not make your stomach feel good, and it went through all 90 feet of your digestive tract and exited quickly, right? Along with whatever else you had in there. All that happened within 10 minutes. Whatever you had was really bad for you, okay? Because if it normally takes 2 to 5 days for all of that stuff to process and work through that system, for it to go through you that quick, okay? Something was wrong, right? Something was wrong. And then from that point on, you still are gonna have problems for the next couple of movements, if you know what I mean, okay? So it goes into some other colorful details as well. 6 to 8 hours, you know, before it enters the large intestine, etc. So the proper diet, enough food, enough water, fiber intake, bowel movements should be relatively short in their occurrence. And that also, how often would they happen? Okay, so we dove into that a little bit. This talks about inflammatory bowel disease. Okay, with the explosive diarrhea. Dove into that. How much should you poop in a day? So on average, most people poop once a day, usually around the same time, if you didn't know that. Usually you've got like a window, and people can go in that window. So for me, my window is between 2:30 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. That is my window, okay? If I miss that window, is it just like, well, 4 o'clock, I've got some time now, I can go then? Not necessarily. Sometimes your window will come, and then your body will go through this autonomic response of, you missed the window, we can't poop now. Shut that shit down, literally. And they just pack it in, right? You just pack it in. Your body's just like, nope, close the gates, shut it up. We're gonna wait for the next window. And that next window may be another 24 hours later, or it might be at 6:30 at night. You never know, okay? Sometimes there's a second window. That's my second one, about a half hour before bed. So if I miss that first window, the second window is gonna happen for sure. Do you know your windows? Do you know them that detailed? Do you know certain meals that you could eat, they're gonna hit certain windows, okay? That's what happens when you eat the exact same meals all the time. You learn your systems like that. I am a pretty consistent individual where I've got 2 things I eat for breakfast, I've got 2 things that I eat for lunch, and then I eat whatever amazing meal that lovely woman in there makes for me every night, which is usually one of about 12 things that we cycle through because our kids eat it, I eat it, she eats it, and we all like it, and it usually, rarely, if ever, makes any of us blah in the toilet bowl, okay? So we have pretty consistent everythings along here, but look at the process here. Exercise, even walking, can help keep your bowel movements more regular. Sleeping habits, your hydration habits, all of this is going to help keep you on a consistent clock, okay? Now, about 60, what did I put it in there? It was like 64% of men, I don't know if I had it up there, 64% of men, 76% of men, 64% of women will go twice a day. And then beyond that, the numbers all drop down pretty low. However, there were some people, and this Dr. Valenta, I don't know, not great with that. That doctor, Dr. V, says that some people will poo every 3 to 5 days. And for those people, that's totally normal, okay? However, the windows here, 5 minutes really should be the maximum amount of time you spend in the bathroom. That means that if you're spending more time in there, you're either one, looking at your phone or reading a book or just enjoying yourself, and you're not actually having to poo anymore, that this has now become more of a ritual of time that is totally fine. I know a lot of parents out there, okay? This might be some of the few moments in the day where you are by yourself. So am I giving you shit? I'm saying poo a lot because it's a funny joke, right, about poo. Am I giving you shit about hiding in the bathroom and checking out your phone or reading a book? No, I totally get it. Take your time, enjoy yourself in the smallest room in your house where you get to handle your business by yourself. If that's going to take you a half hour, knock yourself out, okay? Fine with me. However, how long should it take you to actually poo from start to finish? About 5 minutes, okay? So if it's not done in 5 minutes, then that means something else is going on. Your digestive tract is aggravated, you're either struggling, right? Or you're having multiple shifts of release, if you catch my drift. And if that's happening, that's also telling you something else is not good. You didn't eat something well that's sitting with you well, you've got a virus, you've got something that's occurring for multiple stops of the train, if you get what I'm saying. And it's not time to get off yet because you're not finished with your ride. So you better stay seated or else there's going to be a mess to clean up. Are you catching my drift? So 5 minutes, normal window. If it's anything extra, take your time, get the job done with the most confident, response that you think you can have of, I think I'm finished. And then, roll the dice and head on out of there because who knows what lies to come. Now, maybe someone in my household had something similar to this occur in the last week. And maybe that individual had to go to the bathroom on average about 10 times per day. Not normal. Not even close to normal for this individual. Not me. So, knowing that kind of sparked this whole, experiencing that kind of sparked this whole discussion. And it brought me back to that air travel experience. And I said, I'm going to look a little deeper into this. I want to find out, how often should we poo? How long should it take to poo? And should it be explosive like that? The answer is no. It should be a nice, controlled, steady flow of poo that ends in about 5 minutes, 1 to 2 times a day, and you should be a happy camper. If you have any questions about poo, I'm probably not the guy to ask. You're welcome to throw it on there. I'll do my best. Not an area of expertise. I wanted to bring you a little bit of entertainment. Sometimes these are made a little bit more for entertainment, but I always like to sprinkle some actual education in here and, share a story as well. But the next time you're in the bathroom, specifically in the airport, and you hear that boom, go off next to you, you're gonna go, that's not normal, bro. You need more fiber in your diet. You should be drinking more. Is this your regular window? Because I'm gonna make note not to be in this Delta terminal bathroom at 8 a.m. on Thursdays if I know this is gonna happen in here every time. Anyhow, that's probably enough from me. I hope you had a good time listening to this. Enjoy your day. And hey, if you at least, you got a little chuckle out of this, a little shits and giggles, if you will. I couldn't help it. Have a good day. Appreciate you. Continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.